Hey everybody, we're back. Part 2. We fixed the bumper. Now we're going to fix this, which means we got to do some grinding. We've got a couple style lines that we've got to pull out. First off, let's look at this side. This is what it's supposed to look like. Got a style line here. One here. This is rounded out, but you get the idea. So here's the one style line we were talking about. In through here, we can still see remnants of it. So we're going to grind along this edge. We're going to put our wiggle wire, as we call it, along that edge. And supposed to be one in here somewhere. So we're going to figure out where that one is. I'm betting it's right here. Because if we look down here, here's where this one is. And just by way of where it's scuffed, that's looking like where that is. We've also got a little work to do in here, get things straightened out. We'd have to do a little plastic welding on that. That's just a vent, not a big deal. And I don't know if you know this, all your cars have a vent. That's because if you turn your AC on from the outside without the recirculator on, it blows air in. Well, the air's got to go somewhere, and it's going to go out here. It's either that or it's going to blow out of seals, your windows, your doors, or something. Also, when you close your doors, you pressurize your cabin real quick, so it's got to blow out somewhere, and that's the other reason. So let's get our face mask on and start grinding. Okay, now I'm going to get the spot welder, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what I call it because it does multiple things. Weld wiggle wires on it. It's a dent puller. So let's get it. Okay, now I have to remember how to use it. Oh, okay. Now I remember. I didn't have to take that off. Put that back on. Oh boy. Gotta go this end right here. Okay, so how to go to put this on. It's a ground. That's why I ground this off. Okay, that's probably going to fall off. I've got tension on there, but we'll put it back on if it does. So, wiggle wire. That's what we call wiggle wire. Works great. We're pulling this stuff out because you can get multiple pulls on that line, and you can bend it where you want it. Not that it matters that much, I guess, because this one's probably different. Now this wire is a little rusty, I'm noticing. Don't know if that's going to have an effect on how strong it is when we weld it like this. Very teeny tiny little buzz weld. Okay. Well, that was on 1. I don't know if you can see that, but why did it go back on 1? Because I didn't hit the button again. Okay, let's see what the difference. Yeah, okay. Notice the difference? Yeah, the other one was basically for dent pulling, just little small stuff. There. Now we got it. Yeah. Let's get our little yanker. Here's one. It's like a Freddy claw. And here's another one. Dent puller claw. Call that Freddy claw because it's, you know, Nightmare on Elm Street type thing. All right, how do we want to attack this? We're assuming the dent came this way because the bumper got ripped this way. You always want to go from worst out, they say. So let's just see. Worst out or reverse, something like that. See how well we can pull on this. Oh yeah, look at that, look at that. Okay, well, we ease that out. Make sure the video's on. Yep, it's on. back down here. Get in there. Yeah. Okay, now I'm going to angle it this way a smidge. If we can't yank that out, we kind of did. I'm going to change your angle, I think. And kind of see what's going on here. See what kind of effects we're making. I was thinking I was going to have to hook this up to a pull strap in the lift over there, but I think we got it. We're going to get it. And just be patient. Okay, so we brought that out some, popped that one already, put that back in place. Let's put one on here, let's work that out. Okay. Getting a phone call. Be right back. Back. Okay. There we go. Woo boy. Yeah, it doesn't spot weld to paint, so just warning you. Woo, hey, hey, hey. Don't keep pulling the trigger. Well, you can burn through the paint. That one did. Okay. See what happens. Got a couple things going on here. Our wheel well edge is all messed up. Our flange is messed up. We need to dolly that a little. Not dolly, hammer. Beat it with a hammer. Beat it with a hammer. It's all kind of wrinkled up. When I mean wrinkled up, when it's stretched, buckled in. Gotta be careful, go too far. This metal's not forgiving like 18 gauge steel. Ow! Jeez, oh, Pete. Oh. Okay, yeah. Haven't done that in a long time. Yeah. Okay. Whew. Try that again. Stand to the side. Oh, Lord. Well. Okay. Work on this a little more up here. Yep, that's kind of what happens sometimes. Come back, stick her back down. And the net falls off. It's fine. Two birds with one stone. We're going to get a lot more creative before this is done. I'm going to have wiggle wire all over this thing. Let's see. I'm going to take this light out. So, because I need to get to this edge. So, we'll be back. Okay, we are back. Added some more wiggle wire. Oh, I'm going to add another piece. Forgot that one. Let's put this on there. Okay. Come on. Really? There, that takes care of it. Okay, now, I'm going to do something else. I'm going to reinforce this one a little bit, reinforce it. Give me a little trouble, I think, what it's doing. And so I can get a stronger pull. No, that's not the one I want to go on. This is. Okay. Now, get the nutcracker here. See if we can't fix something versus break something. We're a little toughy. A little toughy. Not really difficult. It's moving. Little by little. Whoops, broke loose. Can't break loose. Not allowed. It's a good one. Good thing I didn't have that any lower. Sometimes you just gotta let it rip off. Really see where you are then. Huh. Okay. Let's check a couple things. Okay, I may not have any audio on that last bit, of course, but we'll salvage it. Anyhow, just straightening this line up here, trying to bring this one out. Needs a little work yet. Got these out. So I'm going to slap the bumper on. Uh-oh, look at that. Look at that there. And what's holding that out? Nothing. Not a thing. I don't know what's holding that out. No, that's what's holding that out. Oh. We might. That corner's... Oh, Yankee Dory. Right there. Come on now. Yeah. What? A little toughy, I tell you. A little toughy. Okay, so this isn't bad. Right here. This is all. Woo! Not sure why. Kind of know. Kind of know why. That can't come that far. Just can't. No, it could come that far. I could see that. If you can see it. If we came in to there, you can kind of see it. It's a lot of yanking out that way. Come on, don't do that stupid stuff. Okay. Well, really? That's riveted on. Wow. Okay, so we're going to have to, kind of looking at that, get up under here, take this wheel off, take this off, I think. I don't think anyhow, that's on the next video because my mic's going dead. So we'll see you in a bit. Good morning, everybody. I have not taken the tire off yet or the inner fender well. I went back and put this on. I'm going to try to pull this line out a little bit and shape this a little more. Hopefully we have sound because I have some footage that doesn't. So I'll have to do some voiceovers. Okay, let's get busy on this. Now remember, stand to the side so you don't injure yourself. Oh, there's a slight indentation here that we need. Found a new little setting on here. Not sure what it's for, but I used it for this. Seems to work okay. If I read the manual, I might find out what that's for. You know, we can't do that though. Okay. I have a high spot right here due to getting hit this way. Okay, that's more better. More better. Okay, starting to see that line come out. This one here. This is looking better. So look on down the side of that. Yeah, it rounds. It's supposed to round some. That's kind of throwing us off. Makes it look funky because that's not out yet. But you can see it in the light. I don't know. What we're working on here is this, bringing this edge out, pushing this one back in, coming around. Patience. Okay. Did want to can't check my bumper with that on there, can I? Wonder, did I check my bumper with that on there before? I may have. So in saying that, pull that off, simple twist, off it comes. Yeah, still sticking out here quite a lot. This is what I'm looking at. This is partially the bumper's fault. See how it comes in and then out and back in? That's supposed to come more straight down. If we would look at this one, comes in, slight round, but more flat. So, we're going to have to do a little massage in on this here. Massaging means warming it up. And trying to make it flat. So, what I'm going to get some gloves. Get the old heat gun, some gloves, and see if we can catch something on fire. Now, this takes a minute. Sometimes I'll use a torch, but I usually end up burning the paint off when I do that. Just trying to heat this up, get it into place. And I need to also get my air hose and the blowgun. This is not the side that we did any work to. This was the side. You can see that kind of rolls in on us. So all this needs a little TLC. And I hope my lisp isn't quite as bad today. The old aligners and the, fitting a little better. The other day, they wouldn't even hardly stay in my mouth.
Now let's see. I'm gonna hold it in that shape. Yep.
It's hard to hold it where it's hot and cool it at the same time. Move you over here. Just takes time, patience. If you don't have any, don't do it. I don't have a lot. Getting there, getting there. Hell, getting old, people. Messed up my knees from kneeling on them like that too much. Anyway, you just keep heating and cooling, just kind of like shrinking metal. You heat it, form it around with your hammer, which my hammer is my hand, in this case, with the glove, and then cool it. Hold it in place where you want it, and then cool it off. Ooh, I feel the heat on my face. That is hot. It's you know. Well, as long as the clip does its job, and really holds that in place, I think we'll be pretty good. The edge doesn't look good. No, we need to work on it some more. I need to get that bent in. This retainer clip back here isn't doing anything. Keep jamming it in there. The other side just fell off. This side just fell off. Lordy, more. Come on, bumper. Not happy. What's going on right now?
No, it's not fitting.
See, I have to make these two pieces obviously match up. So I have to make sure each one's in the right place. I can't straighten this panel if this panel isn't correct. So we're kind of, that's an Indian word for kind of, you know, doing them both at the same time. I'm Potawatomi, you know, so I can make up words like that. Indian out of Michigan, by the way. Pretty savage group. You know, really made the Sioux Nation look like a bunch of school kids. Look it up. It's true. Potawatomi Indian. It's hot. It is hot. Okay, we have to remember that this little bumper got hooked and ripped back this way. Well, that's something interesting. Okay, I'm trying to make the bumper go in, and it's right here is the inner fender well. So that's as far as that goes in. So we got to get the quarter panel out. See, that's why we straighten both things at one time. So we got to get more of this out to meet here, and this, because this rounds in a little bit too much. That's where part of the pulling the tire off comes in. But we did get this a little straighter.
not so wooey. You know, that's a technical term, wooey. See, got a little bit, but not a woo, not a ski slope. And I gotta go turn the fan on. It's getting warm. And wow. Anybody seeing that move? Oh, we broke a wiggly. That's how you put that on. I hit it 3 times. Wonder, versus pulling all that off, can I just pull it like that? Can, but don't know if it went anywhere. Trying to keep my big head out of the way of the camera. Sometimes it's kind of hard. Hey, our repair's holding up nicely. Keep smacking it. Still need to get that out right there. Whoopsie. Wow, those squigglies are messing with my eyes. Big time. Hopefully I've got enough on there. Nope. Good thing I wasn't standing in front of it. Something's just in the way. in for trouble. Holy mackerel. Well, that's how it should be. Wow, that just sucks everything in. You see that? I gotta remember that setting. That just zapped the crap out of it. Little by little. And the last little bit's always the hardest. I'm seeing. Now I've got to find out the thing. It's white. Oh boy. Whoops. Okay, let's look at this little doobie thingy. This is riveted on, from the looks of it. Well, no, it won't come off. Really? We got her on there. Okay, where's our... There it is. in the pile of gun junk. So, yeah, that's, oh boy. You seeing what I'm seeing? This is fine. This is not. Oh, what the heck is going on here? It's there. That's nowhere close. So yeah, I gotta take the fender off. The inner fender well, the tire. And I'll show you what I'm seeing. Not pretty. You saw it from that way. It should be that hole bolts there somehow. I'm going to look at this some more before I do anything, but I don't know if you can see up in there. That hole is supposed to fit on that little nipple right there. That little nipple is supposed to go in that hole. It touches right there. Also, that hole doesn't line up. And I don't. Oh, I'm okay. I see it. That's why you don't just go yanking on stuff. See this big bulge right here? Yeah. Saw that, but anyway, that big bulge flattened her out some. Try that again. Still not there. Close. Still not in there though. Wow. I dropped that and it broke. It's fine. Pain in the you know what anyway. Okay, well, I'm going to take the tire off, the inner fender well, all that fun stuff. And that's something that you don't need, something you don't need to watch. So I'm going to take the tire, the fender well. Be back. Okay, sorry about the phone call. What we have done, and I want to show you this, and we are recording. Mics are on. I don't know if they're working, but they're on. Okay, so we got the inner fender well out, and we found this, which we knew this had been worked on before, not a problem. But this is what we're looking at now. Damage up here, there are buckles,
Was that from our damage or somebody else's damage? And I'm gonna say probably our damage, because it came right through here and here. So anyhow, I'm gonna tap that out on the inside. Is that gonna do anything to this? Probably not. I need to pull this out so that meets that vent. But the issue that we are having, and this guy did, it looks like he did a quarter panel replacement, but all the spot welds look good. The finishing product wasn't all that great. A lot of overspray here, some trash, but here nor there. Things happen. So, and there's no body filler in here. So, it tells me that they replaced it. So I'm going to attempt to grind this surface clean and put our little wiggle wires here's a piece. I'm going to attempt to put the little wiggle wires on like that. Try to pull this out some more. I don't know, but I'm going to beat around on the inside first and see where that gets me. And we'll go from there. Yeah, sometimes you just got to beat on it. Put you over here. Hold on. Be right back. Hey, we're back. Again. Slowly. You know, and I heated that bumper and tried to make it come in a little bit. And the bumper might have been right from the looks of this. I think. Anyhow, I'll show you. Might be right in front of my face. Okay, those 2 points are flat. That's sticking way out. I have stretched this. Now this could still be high here, which it looks like it might be. But to look at this one, look how deep down in that is. So this one compared to that one, the only part that's close is here. It's barely close. Now that's why I was mentioning putting my little wiggle thing on here and see if I could pull that out. I'm going to try that a little bit. See if that makes a difference. This on, see where we are. If that bumper will even fit the way it is. Doubt it. Okay. Well, that's where we are. And that's too far out. Okay, it just does not quite get it. Up here, it's fine. Down here, it's not fine. So, I'm going to continue to fight. And I will get this at some point. But I'm not going to make you watch the next 3 hours. So, see you in a bit. Okay, everybody, so that was about 3 hours. Anyhow, I got it down to fit pretty close. This is not where it needs to be. This is. We are going to have to, and I tried everything. I beat and pound and pushed and got from behind and pushed, and it just kept pushing everything up. So we've got it so it locks in. That's what we want. So what we will do now is, and everybody's going to say, oh, this is being a butcher. Well, it might be, but when I'm done, it's going to look fine and be fine. So we will tape this bumper off. We will fill this with mud and smooth everything out. If I keep going with this sheet metal, I've tore it in spots and ripped through in places. It just will not go anymore. So, should it have been replaced? Probably. Will I replace it? No. So, we've got things where we want them, and now we have to make them look pretty. So, I've got a couple things to do underneath here, clean that up. Once I do that, then we're going to start spreading some body filler. Oh, wanted to show you our crack. Sanded that down. Almost. I mean, just a little light body filler to fill some pits, and that's good. So, we'll see you in a minute. Okay, as I promised, spreading some mud. And again, this is how I stir it. You can stir it however you want. I don't care. Because as long as it gets the end result, and that being mixed, this stuff's like fluffy. It's almost like marshmallows. It's going to take a couple times, apparently. I didn't. Line. And that body line.
pulling and the hardening. It's okay. We'll get it. We shall get it. Why did that go on smooth and that didn't go on smooth? See, I've just started using this. It's called Z-Grip by Evercoat. We'll see how grippy that is. That is a sloppy job, but that's okay. First one's not always pretty. That's not what I wanted. That's cajelling. Now I need cheese grater. Boy, I was really close on that one, wasn't I? Cheese graters are great. You're just roughing stuff out. Yeah, that's pretty rough. Okay, well, we are way off right there. We need to straighten that out some. Yeah, that took care of that. There's always one way, more than one way to make a style line. Okay, let's go get some more mud. I know what this reminds me of. Marshmallow fluff. Excuse me. Come on, don't harden on me yet. It's starting to harden. Not yet, not yet. Too late. Dang it. Yeah, whoa, that was ugly right there. That was hard and fast. We didn't even get a minute. Yuck. That's sloppier than the first time. Okay. Didn't take long to clog that sandpaper up. Don't like those or those. New piece of sandpaper. Never used this for sanding, but since I've got multiple curves, thought I'd give it a shot. Might not work worth a damn, but we'll find out. You're right back. Back. Yeah. This could have its pluses, but it's a little flimsy. Didn't do bad right here because we have a combination of this, 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 and this. But on a straight line, something you need flat, it's not bad. I need to put tape back on here. I'm going to sand that edge off. See, this line has to come through here, then disappear. So I've got to build this up a little more. Okay, you get the idea. I'm gonna keep working this. I'm gonna get it where I need to. I'll fill, I did a skim coat here just because there were some pinholes. Knocked this in because there was a high spot, knocked it in too far. Anyway, I'm just gonna keep working till I get it where I want it, and then I'll bring you back. Okay, we're back again. Just slowly cutting her in, getting my lines, getting these, which probably may have to fill some more. See in a second here. think this will be okay. Got a couple pits in there I gotta finish off. I'm not liking how janky this is. This should be a little more even. It should be up here, maybe. But this should be. But anyway, we'll get it. Like I said, we'll get it. But I think I'm done for the day because my back is hurting. When it starts to hurt, I start to quit. So, we'll see you tomorrow. Okay, we are back on the old Sonic. As you can see, I pulled the bumper off. Now, because this body filler has oozed in here, busted up my edge here, and we need to sand this down and finish this out some, basically. So that's what we're going to do today. A little Velcro braided paint paddle. Well, it's not a paint paddle, it's like a paint paddle, but it's got Velcro on it, so. That's this. And what we're going to do is we're going to call it the back fill. We're going to fill this edge up. It's going to do two things. It's going to help the bumper fit better, because when your little flange fits down in here over this helps to pinch those little flanges down in and lock them in. So without those, things don't want to work quite as well. Fits. Just gonna set it back, fill that edge. And we'll go from there. So, be back with some body color again. My sandpaper. There it is. Covered in dust. You can't just, just run the same line with this either. You got to kind of tilt it a little bit when you do it, help keep it flat and not create a groove, and it also it widens it up. I don't know how to explain it. Like this
I'm cutting that groove, but I'm also cutting here. So I'm not just creating a ditch, I guess. Little issue right there. Come along. Kind of a pretty tight gap that we had nothing to do with. It widens and tightens and face it, it's a sauna. And look up here. Body filler clogs a lot. Not liking it. Supposed to stick to bare metal very well. It seems to. It doesn't peel off any spots. So that's good. Supposed to stick to plastic. So that's good. Okay, now pull this off. So I have a pit there. There, hitting here, we need to finish this edge. This is going to be rounded, because that's the way the door is right there. So, I mean, we'll see. I can bump that up with my hammer. Put that on there so it doesn't chip the paint on the back side so much. Quite a lot. Like that, huh? That's better. So right now my style lines, you're probably looking at them going, well, that's ugly. Well, I make them really sharp like that so I can see the point and I can make the curve. And then I come back, basically, maybe with the sand block real quick, like I did here, because I wanted to keep it fairly straight while I'm doing it. And I just roll the block over that edge slightly. Got a little more control that way. Or take a piece of sandpaper. Once I'm done, once I'm finished this off with 180, I'll take a piece of sandpaper and run over it with my hand and round off my curves. But we're not there yet. Hope you do. So, let's put this back on. Fun. It's going to be tight. Not perfect anymore. But do I care? Not especially, because they never fit perfectly. Right. And get back off multiple times. So. Okay. I rounded that corner a little too much, but that's okay. So, you see, we rounded this. We rounded that a little too much, but what are we going to do? Actually, it's not even lined up. Here's our edge, and here's our edge. So we need to work on that. We need to bring this edge down, meet that. But it's fitting tight, as you can tell. I had to hit it with the hammer. We put that extra little filler in there, which wedged everything in there good. So let's work on that edge a little bit. Tape on it.
gouge in it. Now that the tape's on it, I can see the gouge right there. It goes with that line. Okay, this line disappears here. Okay. Okay, let's put some dry guide coat on there. That pit that I had is gone because I had to move that style line. That pit's gone because we moved the edge of the door. Oh, let's put this on there. I'm going to use this little rascal right here. You see what a guide coat does. Now you see, even in this white, it shows those 80 grit scratches that you don't realize you put in there. And depending on what primer you're using, you even actually got a low spot right there you couldn't feel. And we can use that guide coat to line up our lines. You're not doing a lot of straightening here. Maybe the line a little bit. Well, we're not doing a lot of straightening. We're just removing sand scratches mostly. Like I said, maybe straightening a line a little. Which is fine. That's why I'm moving to this softer pad. So do these curves and not gouging. Check our bodywork. These batteries are not lost. Check our bodywork. This, and you think, oh, why what's that do? Well, you see what that does. Puts a glare on it. Makes it all shiny. So, now we can see basically that looks good enough. Put some primer on it. We still have some black in there, some scratches I don't like. I see a lot of gray. I see pits here, pinholes. These are real small pinholes that I'm seeing. Don't like. I won't be using this body filler after I get done with it. Don't like it. Anyway, the gray and the pinholes that I was trying to show, I was talking about, you don't see it as much here since it's not wet anymore. But here's like a scratch. Here's some pinholes right here. Hard to see, I'm sure. All that primer will take care of. So it's not a huge deal. Just fewer things to deal with, the better off you are. Tape off. Solvent softens that up. Fix that right there. That line doesn't look good. It's funny, these doors, this right here, it's not just flat. It's got just the slightest little indentation that I've had to use a little socket on when I sanded it before. Anyway, need to fill this edge right here. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to get that straightened out. I'm going to get this ready for primer. So we'll see you in a bit. Okay, everybody. We've got a little low spot in our style line there, which we're going to, and you can't really see, but there was a lot of pinholes, and our bumper cracked. So we got to come back and fix that. It won't come apart, but it's cracked. So we'll see you when we get that done. Hey everybody, we're back. So what I showed you after we had sprayed it, that this line was a little flat here, or it looked a little flat. When I mean flat, it curved and then kind of went flat. So what I'm doing, a little trick here. I'm going to block sand this line here to help form this line back. I put enough primer on it to where I should be able to do that. As long as I put this tape on there, the way my eyes are giving me a little trick today. As long as I put this tape on there, the way it should be, Almost seems a little high there. When you don't like it, do it again. I'm going to run the line all the way from here, trying to see the reflection, some resemblance of a point. It's hard to do once I've sprayed this guide coat on here, and I can't see. That's not it. Okay. Okay. Yeah, as I can see, we're on that point here, then this point dips underneath this edge right here. So let's get some sandpaper. All right, well, I'm not liking that right there. It seemed up a little, but that's okay. We will be careful. Not on my little chair. Hey, I'm using 150 again. I'll cut it down a little bit, come back after I get it where I want it. And use a finer sandpaper. But if I use a finer sandpaper like 600 right now, I'd be here till next week. Boy, that just loaded right up. But you can see already, you see what happened. I mean, this curve's fine, realistically. But you see how far that dipped down on me. And I'm going to get some new sandpaper. This is loaded up already. This won't take much. Shouldn't anyway. I'm hoping. I don't have a ton of primer on here. I mean, I put extra, but when you're cutting this with 180, that won't take very long. Boy, those pinholes are nasty. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I tried filling those as well. I may be able to get them cut out. Those were the pinholes, but they're everywhere. So lesson learned on that body filler is fine for initial fill. Stick to your surface because it does stick pretty well. I mean, look at that. Sticks to that foam. Then finish it off with a smoother body filler. More creamy, less pinholes. And that it's not that that body filler wasn't creamy. I don't know why. I mean, it was like marshmallow fluff, but maybe that's the reason. It was kind of aerated. I don't know. So what happens here with this little tape line is just gives you a guide point. This tape line stops you from going too far. And I didn't learn this little trick till, a few years ago, I guess, from people. You can always learn something new from anyone. So don't think you're too good, you know it all. Always some little trick somebody has that you didn't know about. That's what my grandpa used to say. Listen to everyone. You can learn something from everyone. Primer's really loading up today. It's really, realistically, not even 24 hours since I put that on, and I put it on pretty heavy. And to be honest with you, I mean, this stuff isn't fully cured for a month. We got the crack fixed in the bumper. Would have been nice if I saw that before I put it in primer, but I didn't. Reason being, a crack comes out black, and it was black plastic, so I didn't see it when it opened up a little bit when you put stress on it. As soon as I hit it with the primer, boom, and here I am. But, oh well. We got it fixed. We got primer on it. I went back and took the screen that I used on the back side, not actually what I used. I put more screen on top on the front side. And realistically, that probably wouldn't have split except for, you know, it was a stress point. The other thing is, you know, I took it on and off of this car, what, 10 times at least. Wear away the safety glasses and your dust mask, Randy. But if I wear my dust mask right at the moment, you won't be able to hear me very well. It's bad enough I have aligners in, which I don't right now, and I should. Come on, little pinhole. What I'm going to end up doing is wiping spot putty in there. Okay, I had to change my SD card. It got full. Most of my little pits have come out. Tiny one there, tiny one there. It's okay. Normally I would not be doing this with 180. Normally I would be done. I'd put 2 to 3 coats of primer on. I'd hit this with 600, 800 on the dry and paint it, because I had so many pinholes, my style lines I didn't like, all that good stuff. That's why I'm doing this, because I thought maybe if they didn't come out, I'd have to prime again. Now, the other thing we do, once we've cut that line, we do this. Now we come back from this side and block on this. Straighten that out. Right now I'm trying to figure out what's going on right here. This style line disappears down here. Sorry I don't talk too much. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. When I'm concentrating, sometimes when I'm not happy. Right now I'm not happy that I'm doing this. I shouldn't have to be cutting this with 180. But you do what you gotta do. Make it happen. Yeah, oh, that's an ugly edge right there. Yeah, that's rolled in. You see, we've got a low spot there that we're working on, trying to get that out. So we got that. And what I will do is So we'll go over this, get this blocked. Ooh, getting some lightning, thunder happening outside. I'll get this blocked. Now, a little trick, little word. This here curves. This also curves this way. This curves. Now, this is somewhat flat. If it went like this, you would see it. If it goes like this and curves, you're not as apt to see that. And we got a lot of things going on right here. This gas door is curved. And this is supposed to curve this way, but then you've got a flat gas door and all, you know, a lot of things happening right here to try and make it look good. Now to help flatten that out, make the dish a little more flowing and even, instead of just going, you know, like this or like, you know, like this, I hold my little board at an angle. So it kind of, and sand at an angle a little bit. Go all kinds of different directions. It helps to even things out even more. That helped. Now I had a square sanding block about this wide, about this long. Can't find it. That worked nicely for some areas. Like, you know, this right here. Stuff that I'm doing. I haven't used this little, let's call it a paint stick block for a long time, because I had that one. And I don't know what happened to all my stuff. But it's here somewhere, it has to be. Car's getting detailed after this. So don't worry about the dust I'm blowing in there. Pinhole, pinhole, pinhole. It's almost gone, but I'm afraid to go any further. Okay, well that's ugly. I just don't like this at all. Okay. And odds are, this car being white, will you see a little funkiness in that line? Probably not, since it's so curved. But it just bugs me. Irritates the crap right out of me. I'm going to dry rub on this right here a little bit. Gonna use my 500 just started using these little pieces of sandpaper, little sanding pads. Not sure how I like them, but I'm kind of liking it already. I mean, the 500 seems a little coarse, to be honest with you. But what I do like is, instead of you trying to use a piece of sandpaper on your hand and it leaving little stupid gouges, this is a little more padded. It doesn't do that. Yeah, I can sand around that right there. And any other time, I could probably have lines in it. I tried to use a piece of sandpaper, because if you sand like that, you're going to cut lines in it. But piece of sandpaper, you're going to have to go up in here like this, which probably should do with this anyway. But see, I can take that and just fold right into it, stick my finger in there. And I don't think I'm going to have to worry about lines. And this 500 and this being this plain white, I don't think I'm going to have to worry about it. If this was a metallic silver or something like that, it definitely would use 800 or less, probably 1,000. Go over it with that. But we see what our guide coat's doing for us. Showing that those 180 scratches are gone. I tape this off in here. Left a pretty sharp line. But if you tape it right on that edge, it cuts off nice and you won't see it. But of course I missed spot. Tape came loose. I cleaned all the overspray off this black stuff from the previous paint job. And I went and got some of my own on there. Like that. I don't feel it, but I hope it doesn't lift on me when I put my base coat on there. Now this line, you saw some little black edges on here. Try to get them just as close as possible. But don't worry too much about it if you don't get it perfect, because once you hit it with this, everything's gone. And what the thickness that we're talking here is mils. And I went through here, I see body filler. That's okay, because it's pretty well sealed. See, now we have to determine how we want this. Do we want that pointy, or do we want it soft and smooth? Well, we want it, because it fades off here quite hard, we want it fairly smooth And look to the other side. Well, I take that back. We're going to have to make this a little pointier. But we can do that. But we also want to round this off some. It's a little bit too pointy compared to the other side. Not bad. And you can see with 500 when I'm cutting this, how long it's taken me to round that off. Down here, it does the same thing, it tapers. Little metal coming through, a teeny high spot, but we are done with that. That's the way that's going to be. Also, what this little pad is good for, sanding stuff like this. When I say mess up, I mean, not that I messed up too much. It's just not, didn't come out the way I hoped. Didn't look as good as what I hoped or what I thought. So that's why we double check stuff. Double check stuff was by spraying it with the mineral spirits or prep solve, like I showed you. And that does okay. I mean, that lets me know that I'm in the ballpark. It obviously doesn't show me everything, because it runs off and dries pretty quick. But when I sprayed it with the primer, and the shine from the primer showed the true story. So, and that right there, it's because this edge is built up from clear. So now we take that off. And look how pointy that is. That was pretty flat. Doesn't take much. Whoopsie. for the door jamb. See how well this works. What we're going to do here, we're going to break this right here and burn that in. When I say burn that in, I'm going to melt it in, blend our color. We will then take our clear, step it out, burn it in, use our little handy dandy clear blending solvent, which you can also use reducer and make your own, or you can buy it in a handy dandy little spray can. And I've showed that before, I believe. Okay, I'm going to put a little right there it is. A little putty in that. We're going to come back. I'm going to tape this off. I'm going to show you all that stuff, and then we're going to do a little painting in the door jamb. I'm going to paint this first and this first before I paint this. Reason being because I've got to paint the door and I want to do all this at one time. So we'll tape the jamb and then paint. So see you in a minute. Okay, I'm back. I'm taping this up. I've run this on the very corner of my quarter panel. I've tried rolling that in the past. Doesn't always work out the way that I want, plus it's a very sharp corner. So I'm going to do it this way, and then when I come back to get ready to sand and paint this, I scuff the edge of that so there's no sharp corner on the paint. Here, since this is a rounded corner, I've rolled my tape. So essentially, you won't even see that. But you got to make sure it's about halfway up on the bend. And so it doesn't leave a sharp edge for you. So let me go get my paper and stuff. Now, I'm going to do the same thing here. Tell you what, let's roll this edge and let's see which one comes out looking better. This edge isn't quite as sharp. See, that's, yeah. Apparently I should have wiped it off first. with the fan blowing. Does not work. And I do not usually, matter of fact, I just don't paint out here. But it's raining. I can't move the car anywhere. Now I prepped this area here with 3000 grit sandpaper. And basically all that does, cleans your surface, dulls it a little bit. I mean, just like it's a car that hasn't been waxed in a while. It just has sand, kind of sand scratches in it from washing and that kind of stuff. So that's to get adhesion. That's for when you burn, it's got something to bite to. If you don't, what tends to happen is it won't flow, it'll fisheye. And get all weird on you. And it's hard to explain it, so until you actually do it, you'll know when it happens. Because it'll look icky. Change the battery. My batteries just are not lasting anymore. Recently got a new one. That thing doesn't last very long either. I've got a GoPro 7 coming. Not sure what that's going to be better or not. Hopefully it is. And this here. You really don't care about because it's all covered up. mic's dangling. What else is new?
Okay. I'm going to wipe this down real quick with some prep solve.
Little tech rag. Little sticky rag, that's what this is. The dust off.
Now we have dust everywhere out here, so this will be fun. We're going to use very low pressure. Okay, I'm going to go mix this up, be back. Okay, here we go. I've had trouble with these cups leaking, these new cups. Let's hope that doesn't happen. Look at that, it's all gone. Well, I mixed up too much paint. So you can see, we're blended. Now, we'll let that flash, as we call it, mean dry. And we'll come back and burn our clear in. So be right back. I'm back, but I'm not. Hold on. Okay, I have a little bit of clear in here. And this is my clear spot blender. It just says spot blender. So, however they want to put that. Assuming you could probably use it for enamels and I don't know.
Have to read the data sheet, I guess. I usually I have a clear gun. This is my base gun. I'm using this for this little bit of clear because I already have it set and I don't want to dirty my clear gun. So here we go. Alright, I can't see in here at all. How about I do this? A lot of trash in there. Okay. So now, get my little clear blender out. That didn't take much. Okay, that's it for that. I'm going to show you the best I can up here where we blended. A little dirty. Let's see, some little spots of orange peel. I'm going to melt some other things in. But realistically, it's in the door jamb here. Nobody's gonna see, except for me shining a light on it. And if I'm not careful, I'm gonna put a run in it that I don't want to do. All right, that's plenty. It's not where you can see it. Also, to help soften these little lines, don't mess up your job. Like that. Pull your tape off. And realistically, should have papered it, taped it, and then that would have come up a lot nicer. So there. Now, those edges won't show. Let's see if I can show you. So I've got sticky clear all over my fingers. Let's see. Do the reflection on that edge. You don't see anything. I don't know if you're getting a reflection, but I kind of am. Yeah, I see shiny and dull a little bit to the 3000 sandpaper, but what you do now, after all that hardens up, you would take a little bit of compound with your hand and run down that, shine everything back up. Won't even know. So that's for that. Get that tape in the wrong spot. Looks like. Let's sand that off. Anyhow. All right, that's for that. Next thing's probably prepping and painting. So see you there. Okay, we're back. It's been about 30 minutes. I tacked it off, and now I'm going to shoot it with some clear. That's a 4-to-1 mix, 4 parts clear, 1 part hardener. Now I'm going to show you the blend part. I blend between coats. Up here is where my spot is. I do it down here too. I don't know if you can see right there. You just melt it in.
Doing the finger test. Touch it. If it strings, it's too soon. I want to touch it and it not string on me. Sometimes if it's just a little bit of string, I'll go ahead and go with it. Not very often. Oh boy. A little heavy. Okay, we're done. I put a little reducer in the clear. Make it flow, and it's flowing. Blend looks good. We stopped right here. I don't know if you can see it. But now I'll take my hand, a little 3M light duty compound, rub over that, and you will not even see it. Now, I'm not real thrilled about this. It's like I didn't get a lot of my 180 scratches out. There's our crack, it's gone. But obviously did not come out perfect. I've done better. Been one of those deals. So that's it for that. We'll get her put together and outside, and we'll see what it looks like there. Hey everybody, we are back. We are done. We've gotten the little Sonic put back together, and this is the finished product. So I want to take a look down the side. The lights in my booth really show everything. And out here, you don't see anything. So, this is how we like it. Our crack is no longer. And our line is nice. Everything else looks good. Our blend is here. I'm going to rub that with my hand a little bit. And that'll take care of that. I don't know if you can even see it, to be honest with you. Uh-oh, police are coming, so I'm out of here. See you on the next video.